Oh my goodness, are you here, Guy? It's awfully dark in here.
Yep.
I can't see anything.
Yeah, I'm here still. Can we have some light?
Can we turn a light on that would chase away the darkness? And we wouldn't be able to see clearly again, wouldn't we?
Well, we could, because it is great to have light switches and light bulbs and even torches if we have to find our way outside.
Yes, but that would have been like in the... what would it have been like in the olden days when you didn't have those things? It must have been really difficult when you had no electricity.
Yeah, they didn't know about it then, I suppose. It must have been really difficult, both at home in the night time, but even more perhaps if you had to go somewhere outside.
And especially in winter, when the night's so much longer than the summer.
Well, what did they do for light?
I suppose they probably used candles and a lot of little oil lamps, perhaps.
Oil lamps. Well, look, why don't we light a candle so that we can see what we're doing at the moment?
I think that's a very good idea. Let me see if I can light a candle.
Okay, try lighting a candle.
Here we are.
Aha.
There we are. Can we see us a bit more now?
Yep, can we light another candle?
Another candle. Oh, this is a heavy, big one. There we are. Is that better? Bit more light?
That's certainly a bit better. Now, they also had in olden days lanterns for finding the way outside. Do you know what a lantern's like?
I think I've got one here. This one is a lantern, and if we put that in there, you can have a light that you can take outside and carry it like that. So it would lead the way.
That is good. I suppose there's a bit of a risk if you're outside and it's windy, it might get blown out. And of course at home here, it might be quite dangerous if it were to catch fire.
Well, that's true, yes. It was also, I suppose they used candles in churches because they wouldn't have had lights there, would they?
That's right. They didn't have any electric lights in those days, of course, in churches like in homes. And actually, I think there's a church service which is called Candlemas,
Okay.
which is coming up actually next Sunday in our church here in Almeley.
Okay, well that's good. I'm just lighting a few more candles because we do need to be seen a little bit whilst we're doing this.
Do you know why it's called Candlemas?
No, do tell me, why is it called
Mainly
Candlemas?
because the service was in the evening, and so guess what? They had to use a lot of candles to see what they were doing, and so that they could read from the Bible, for example.
Well, you would. You'd need a lot of candles, wouldn't you? Because we've got 5 lit now, and we still find it quite difficult to see.
Well, certainly in church, a big building like that, you need an awful lot of candles, and I think they did have a lot.
How do you make a light to carry? I mean, how would you make a lantern?
A lantern? I wonder. That's the lantern that we were showing you, which you can still buy, in fact. But what about trying to make a lantern?
Oh, okay. I think we might need to put a light on to do that. Could you put an electric light on?
I'll try and use the electric light now.
Let's see what we can do. Yay, that's a bit better. So now I'm going to show you how you can make a lantern out of paper. So I think we could make a lantern out of a bit of paper. We'd need to fold it in half like that and make a cut down across the fold so that we get a bit of paper with lots of holes in it like that.
Yes, quite a lot of strips you've got in the middle.
Exactly. And then we need to make a sort of cylinder shape. And if I take off the sticky stuff from the double-sided sticky tape, we're going to make it into a cylinder shape like that.
I bet they know what a cylinder shape is like from the maths there.
I think they know what a cylinder is in school. And then it's a little bit more like a lantern if we squishy out that one. There we are. And then we need to give it a handle. I had a piece of paper for a handle. Yes, here we are. And the handle can go on it like that, so you can carry it like that.
That's very good, but what about the light inside?
Yes, you see there's a hole in the bottom at the moment, so that's not going to work.
No, the candle would fall out in that case.
So I think we need to stick a bottom on it, which we can do if we stick it there and there. Whoops, that's not quite going. Oh, stick it there and stick it there. So now it's got a bottom, like that. And then I think, if I can get the bottom to stick, we can then put
Yes.
a candle in it.
And before we do put the candle in, I suppose, before you'd made all that, you could write something about somebody on each of the strips if you wanted to, something nice, something
Well,
about people being light or a light.
Yes, if you wanted someone perhaps who's not in a very good place at the moment, perhaps who's not very well, or who's unhappy, or
Well,
something like that, you could write their name on the strips, and
Yes.
then the light would shine on them.
yes, that's
which would
rather
be
nice
rather
idea.
nice, wouldn't
No,
it?
I think we should try putting the candle inside so that it actually works.
Okay,
I think
so
I'd like to try that.
here we are. It's on a,
So how are we going to light our
well,
candle?
I think I've got a light here.
Okay, here's the light. Here's our little candle. So we're going to light that. There it is. And I'm going to put it inside. There we are.
Okay,
Very
do
nicely.
it very carefully, because
You've got to be quite
Hey,
careful.
steady on, you guy.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, my goodness me.
It's gone up in
That's
flames.
not what was
oh.
meant to happen.
Oh dear, dear. That's not a good idea.
No, I think a real candle with paper
Yeah,
doesn't work.
not a good
very
idea.
well. No. So I think we'll put a pretend candle inside, because it will still
Will it
look
still
like
be
a-
light though?
It will still be light, and it will still flicker a bit. Oof,
Okay.
that was very smoky.
That was very smoky.
Okay, so I've got a little electric candle here. I think that would be rather safer than your
That's
paper
much
one.
better.
You don't want to set everything on fire in church or anywhere else, come to that. So we're going to put it inside. There we are.
And then it lights
And
up.
then we have our, actually you need to turn the light off for a minute so we can
Yes,
see how
all right.
nicely it shines. Let's see. Can we see it? Actually, the candles also need to be blown out, I think. And there it is, shining, the light.
Right. Now I can turn the lights back on again.
I think you probably can. We'll leave it there so everyone can see it, and we might light the candles again.
Well, that was all quite exciting. But you know,
Yes.
when people needed to use a lantern outside to show people the way, there was often one person who went in front of all the others with the lantern, and the others would follow behind.
Sort of holding it up like this.
Yes, the others would then follow because they could see that person holding that. In fact, in a way, you could say that that person was the light who showed everyone the right way to go.
I like that.
Yeah.
So everyone began to think about how some people who were good and kind and knew how to behave well towards other people were rather like a light themselves.
You mean they showed others the right and the good way to live their lives?
Exactly that. Yes, just like someone with a lantern would lead people through the dark in safety, so that good and generous people would be able to lead people through their lives, sort of a person of light leading us in through the darkness of the bad things. You know, things like violence or bullying or hating people just because they were different.
So, what sort of people might be like a light for us?
Who might carry our lanterns? Well, I suppose when we're children, it might be our mums and dads who are our lights. They show us how to live good lives, or
Yes, or it might be a teacher, or when we're older, it might be a very special person who we meet and get to know.
Now, did you know something?
What's that?
Jesus was called the light of the world.
So was he called that, or did he call it himself?
He did. I think he called himself that.
He did. He
yes.
said, "I am the light of the world," he said.
And why did he call himself the light?
Well, it's because he's the one who's always with us and always can show us the best way, especially when it seems kind of dark all around us and we don't really know what we should do. Like, I don't know, how to tell the truth when it'd be much easier to tell a lie.
Yeah, because it is sometimes feels easier to tell
Yeah.
a lie, doesn't it?
Or how to be kind to someone who's different from us.
Yeah, we don't always like doing that, do we?
We don't. And how to be generous to people who don't have as much as we have.
Yes, no, that's true, because we have lots and there are lots of people with very little.
So he shows us how to be a light ourselves, because he's the light.
Okay,
Well.
so can anyone be a light?
Well, yeah, I think so. Anyone can be a light or a lantern and learn how to show others the best ways.
Okay.
So that's all about lanterns and lights and candles and darkness, when the light shines in the darkness and everybody can see which is the best way to live.
And what about this Sunday? Are we going to be talking about that in church by any chance?
Well, we are not only talking about it, we're also going to sing about it, some rather nice songs, but we're also going to be making these lanterns to take away home, but they won't have a candle inside.
I'm very glad about that, because this one, as you can see, is not looking very happy having burned.
No, we'll be...
So I think the little electric light candle is better.
I think that's probably right.
And everyone can make a lantern and then take it home.
That's it. So if you want to, come along at 10 o'clock and we shall have some juice and some cakes and croissants and things beforehand. And then we'll start at 10:30, and it should be great fun, very enjoyable. So everyone's very welcome.
We'd love to see you. Bye. Good to
Bye.
see you. Shine as lights.
Shine as light.